Hey everybody, welcome back to Gloves Off. My name is David Rice. I'm your chief editor here at DentistryIQ, and back again with my good buddy
Tija Hunter.
Tia. Last time we talked about assistant education and it being necessary, and we kind of queued up today with a phrase you shared with me, and that is the more you learn, the more you earn. So what's the scoop?
Well, it's all about creating that value in yourself. And I harp on this all the time, but it truly is, you are the greatest asset you have. And so the more you learn, the more you're going to grow. And so get out there and take the CE. And of course, there's some wonderful dental assistant organizations out there like Danby. OSAP is an amazing organization. So when we talk about learning, those organizations, American Dental Assistants Association, I mean, we could go on and on, right? There's so many resources out there for a person if they truly want to grow and educate themselves.
Yeah, I love that. And, you and I have had this discussion where I think it's a two-way street. So as a dentist, it's my job to help you get a great education. And as an assistant, I'm guessing you have thoughts on what your role is too.
Well, you got to have some skin in the game. Your doctor can't be the one sending you all the time and making this stuff happen. You've got to have some skin in the game. After all, it is your career. This isn't a job. This is a career. And so you really have to put forth your part. We can't expect them to do it all. And so, you really got to put yourself out there and take initiative to go, find CE, to take CE, to really kind of invest yourself in the practice. And you're a doctor, you appreciate your team members that do that. That's golden as far as, the practice is concerned. So really kind of put yourself out there, take that initiative, and just don't wait for someone to say, hey, I got a class you might want to go to. Jump on it.
I love that. And what I'd add to that is I love when people on our team bring me information and say, hey, you know what? I saw this really cool course I'd like to take.
Mm-hmm.
Can I go? Will you help me go?
Yeah. A doctor cannot do everything. They have their plate completely full. They're not just dentists, they're small business owners. And there's a lot that goes on with that. So when you can bring a product or service back to your doctor and say, hey, listen to what I just heard. Have you heard about this? They appreciate that. You guys appreciate that, that your team's like trying to really kind of advance the practice. I always say, doctors need help and they want us to bring them back products and services that they know that can enhance our practice. So do it.
Yeah, for sure. And I will tell you, as far as the more you learn, the more you earn piece,
Mm-hmm.
when you make yourself so valuable that I have no choice but to hang on to both legs and never let you run out the back door.
Mm-hmm.
Education is a huge part of that, isn't it?
It is a huge part of it. It is. And I'm so glad you recognize that because, and some people, some dental assistants think, well, this is just a stepping stone. This is just a spot in the road for me, and I'm going to move on to something else. But this career has been an amazing one for me for 40 years now. I know I'm only 42. I was a child prodigy, but it really truly is, a career that you can really sink your teeth into and can really be very rewarding for you. So you want to make yourself valuable to that dentist. And I don't want to change jobs. I don't want to change jobs. I want to find my dental home and I want to stay there. And so that's a two-way street. You want to be invested in that practice, and your doctor wants you to stay there. You don't want to hire people every time we turn around, right? So you want to have your people stay there. So it really is a two-way street. And when you have a doctor that really is really invested in their team and they're really supportive, and then you have a dental assistant that's really supportive, and we can meld that together, and really it's a great combination.
I love that. And what about expanded duties or expanded function duty, depending on the state? Everybody has their own initials, but as a dental assistant, how would you recommend somebody just maximize their potential?
Well, first of all, you want to make sure that it's legal in your state, because as you brought up, it's not legal in every single state. So you want to check with I always check with those great folks at the Dental Assistant National Board, or danby.org, because they have already figured that out, what each state can do and what they can't do. So if expanded functions are offered in your state, check into it. You call your dental board and find out about what those are, what those expanded functions are. They don't cross state lines. So if you took them in one state and you go to work in another state, they won't cross that state line. I personally live in Illinois and went to work in Missouri years ago because they had expanded functions and Illinois didn't. So my opportunities to learn and to grow were just about 15 miles that way, So, if you're eager and you want to learn, it's out there for you. And then talk to your doctor. These courses are expensive. Talk to your doctor. And most of the time they will pay for it if they know that you are, wanting to go, that you're wanting to do this. This is something you want. Most of the time they'll take care of it, but maybe they don't know that. So tell them.
That's a great point. We're not always the brightest bulbs on the scoreboard, dental assisting friends. So
well,
it's not an
again,
excuse,
doctors, you got a lot on your plate. Again, you got a lot on your plate. You can't be everywhere.
we try so hard.
I know.
That's awesome. All right, I'm going to ask you not a trick question, but one to leave you with to answer is if you're in a state where something is not allowed, and I'm the guy who gets in the way and asks you to do something you shouldn't do, what should you say?
You should say, of course, pull them aside and don't do it in front of a patient, but say, doctor, did you realize that that's not in our Dental Practice Act that I can do in the state of X? I tell them all the time, you might have a doctor that went to school in Florida where something was legal, but then they go to work in New York where that's not legal, or vice versa. And so doctors don't all the time know the laws for a dental assistant in each particular state. So you just want to make sure that they know that. I don't think a lot of times doctors are trying to pull one over, but I just think that they don't know. They really don't understand that. For instance, I run into this in Missouri and Kansas. Kansas is an administration for nitrous oxide. Missouri is only monitoring. Those people all up and down that state line don't understand that. And they're like, but you can administer. And my Missouri dental assistants are saying, no, we can't. So, I mean, it's just a matter of they don't know, they don't understand. So once we tell them, and then we get the proper education, we can handle it.
I love it. That's a really, really nice way to handle it. And I love that you ask people to stand their ground. It's important. And a lot of times, like you said, we don't know what we don't know. So
Right.
Tia, thanks for hanging out today. I know
Thank
we're
you.
coming back. Dentists, I'm pretty sure we're going to pick on you a little bit next time. So thanks for hanging out, Tia.
Thank you, hun. Bye-bye.